Welcome and thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Brunette Secrets. On this show, you'll get to travel with me to countries like Dubai, India, and Spain, get travel tips, lifestyle secrets, fashion advice, and more. Coming up, I'm taking you through the streets of Seville, Spain, where you will get to see three of my favorite sites in the city: Casa de Pilatos, the Real Alcazar, and Plaza de España. Let's take a look. Seville is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Its cobblestone streets and antique architecture is one of a kind. From the palm trees to its many fountains, you won't want to leave. Located in the south of Spain, it's only a 2.5-hour train ride from Madrid. Seville is known for its unique hand-painted ceramics, fans, and tiles that you can see throughout the city. Plaza de España was my first stop, and it's absolutely breathtaking. I finally made it to Seville, and my first stop was definitely Plaza España. It is definitely one of the most beautiful plazas I've ever seen, maybe in all of Spain. I haven't been everywhere yet, but let's go take a look. Plaza de España is breathtaking. It's surrounded by waterways and canals and has boat rides for tourists, which completely reminded me of Venice. It's a huge circular destination with its buildings and towers running along the edges. The plaza was built in the late 1920s, and it's a perfect example of regionalism architecture because it mixes Renaissance architecture with Spanish elements. The plaza is located in Maria Luisa Park and was designed by Aníbal González to showcase Spain's industry and technology during exhibits. Today, the plaza serves as a government building. González created bold geometric forms inspired by Art Deco. Along the walls of the plaza are tiled alcoves representing different provinces of Spain. Painted on the tiles are maps of the regions and different religious and historical depictions. The plaza is designed with red brick and decorated with colorful ceramic tiles. Its balconies, walls, and the level of detail and work it took González to create this structure will leave you speechless. 2 tall towers are connected to the plaza at each end. Beautiful bridges connect the plaza with the wide promenade that runs along the front of the building. The 4 bridges represent the 4 ancient kingdoms of Spain. In the center of the plaza is the Vicente Travar fountain. If you look to the top of the buildings, you'll see statues of prominent figures in Spanish history. Lastly, you'll get absolutely lost in a trance walking under the underways of the Plaza de España and through its pillars. Plaza de España is a perfect place to cozy up with a book in its many alcoves or take a romantic horse carriage ride around the plaza. Next was Casa de Pilatos. This was an old palace that served as a permanent residence for the Dukes of Medina Celi, and it felt unreal. Guys, I'm at Casa Pilato. I'm at the royal family home of Medina Celi. This place is so old, almost every member of the Medina Celi family stayed here. This palace is breathtakingly beautiful. It has the biggest collection of the Seville tiles that you see all throughout Seville, and it has a mixture of Mughal and Renaissance art, as well as statues of the Roman emperors. Let's go take a look. The Andalusian Palace holds the record for having the most tiles and the oldest of any palace in Seville. You'll find beauty in the wood and marble carvings throughout the home, and inside you'll spot mosaic tiled ceilings. All throughout this palace, you'll see statues of Roman emperors, and just really stuff from like the Roman Empire, also with a mix of the medieval Renaissance. Construction of this palace began by Pedro Enriquez de Quiñones in the 1500s. It has beautifully maintained gardens and marble gates. Inside you'll find decades-old art and antiques. Members of the Medina Celi family still utilize the palace for big family events and gatherings. You're able to tour the upstairs and see the many rooms with personal family photos and art, but unfortunately the public isn't allowed to take pictures. Wrapping up my tour of Seville, I visited Seville Cathedral, the largest cathedral in the world. Beside the cathedral is the Real Alcazar, Seville's royal palace, which was developed by Muslim kings. The upper levels of the Alcazar are again still used by the royal family, but the courtyard, lower levels, and the gardens are completely open to the public. The Alcazar had mind-blowing sights. You have to appreciate the architect's patience in carving each of the wood panels and putting together the prominent Sevillian tiles throughout the palace. The ponds and waterways in this palace were incredible. My favorite part of the whole trip were the gardens of the Real Alcazar. It felt like heaven. I was completely lost. Peacocks were everywhere too, and that's a sight you don't see every day. Tourists could get up close and personal to them like I did. Stay tuned for the next episode of Traveling with Meral, where I'll take you through the streets of Barcelona and Madrid. I hope you guys enjoyed that visit, and you must go when you get a chance. There was so much more to see that I couldn't cover in the span of time that I was there, but here are a few things that you should do if you ever decide to go. First, you must watch live flamenco at La Taberna Flamenca. You must eat tons of seafood and tapas. One of my favorite places to dine at was Cerveceria Giralda, which gave great food at reasonable prices. The restaurant is also located in front of the cathedral. I stayed at Hotel Goya, which was centrally located, an adorable inn that provided reasonable comfort at a great price. Also, carve out some time to see the Oro del Toro and Palace of San Telmo as well. Lastly, whenever you're traveling, always be sure to carry your expensive technology and wallets in safe places around your body, and be aware of your surroundings. Tune in for the next episode of Brunette Secrets, where you'll get to travel with me to Barcelona and Madrid. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and you can read more about my adventures at www.brunettesecrets.com. Until next time, I'm Meral Kathwari.